Hey, it's life with a box. Want to make your Tesla stand out? The Yeslak real carbon fiber fog light trim for the Tesla Model 3, Y, S, and X is the perfect upgrade. These custom-fit trims are durable, stylish, and enhance both the look and performance of your vehicle. In this video, I'll unbox, install, and share tips on maintaining the trim to prevent cracking and flaking. As I open the box, the first thing you'll notice is how lightweight yet solid these premium carbon fiber fog light trim covers feel. These are crafted from aerospace grade, genuine carbon fiber, giving them incredible strength while maintaining a sleek, high gloss finish. Let's take a closer look. These trims are precision engineered, ensuring a perfect fit with a seamless OEM appearance. Beyond just looks, they help improve aerodynamics by streamlining airflow, reducing drag, and enhancing stability. This can even contribute to better battery efficiency. Flipping them over, you'll see the pre-installed industrial-grade adhesive, making the installation completely tool-free. The adhesive is already lined up for a secure bond, and the package even includes adhesive promoters for added durability. Now that we've unboxed them, let's move on to the installation. All right, let's get started with the installation. First, we need to clean the area where the fog light trim will be installed. I'm using a spray bottle and a microfiber cloth to wipe down the surface, ensuring there's no dust or debris that could affect adhesion. Next, grab the adhesive promoter from the package. Open one up and apply it to the installation area. This step helps the 3M double-sided tape bond more securely, ensuring a long-lasting hold. Now, take one of the carbon fiber trim pieces and peel off the backing from the 3M tape. Carefully line it up with the fog light area, making sure it's positioned correctly. Once aligned, press it firmly into place, applying even pressure along the entire trim to create a strong seal with no gaps. For the other side, I switched things up a bit. Instead of installing it right away, I first aligned the trim piece and then marked the position using painter's tape. This makes it easier to reposition it accurately after removing the 3M tape backing. Both methods work well, so choose whichever feels more comfortable for you. Now let's talk about maintaining your carbon fiber fog light trim to prevent flaking and fading from sun exposure. Over time, UV rays can break down the protective coating on carbon fiber, leading to dullness and cracking. To avoid this, start by cleaning the trim to remove any dust or dirt, then apply a coating of 303 aerospace protectant, which provides UV resistance and protects against fading, cracking, and discoloration. To apply, spray a light even coat of 303 protectant onto a clean microfiber cloth or applicator pad, then gently wipe it onto the trim, covering all areas. Let it sit for a minute, then buff off any excess with a dry cloth. This simple step will help preserve the glossy finish and keep the trim looking like new for longer, offering an extra layer of protection against environmental wear. Overall, the installation is quick and straightforward, and with the strong adhesive, the trim is securely in place. Now, let's take a look at the final result.
Okay, welcome back to the channel here at halocybertruck.com, and we've got another package today from Yeslak. I know a few of you have probably seen some of our prior articles with them, so you probably can guess what is it that they're sending us today. And it turns out they're sending us some nice carbon fiber pieces. In fact, these are carbon fiber pieces that go here underneath the front bumper. So you see they have the typical adhesive pieces on the back where you peel off the red backing and expose the adhesive, and then we'll press that on. So I'm just doing like a little handheld test fit. It actually fits really well on this side, and then of course we have another piece over here for the other side. So one of the other things that you definitely want to do in a situation like this before you adhere these is that you want to get some of the adhesive promoter and clean up any of the plastic that you're going to have these to try to adhere to. So I'm going to pause for a second and go over, actually no wait, I think I know right where I put that. Sorry, the garage is a bit of a mess. I haven't had a chance to clear some things out, but I've got some adhesive promoter right here. So I'm going to open up this package, use this piece, wipe down the plastic and peel this off, and then get that piece fitted up and do the same over on the other side, and then come back and film an update. So stand by, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm taking out the adhesive promoter here. I'll unfold this a little bit. Again, I think this is like isopropyl alcohol. Just trying to wipe this plastic down good. Now, I know some people are probably looking at this going, hey, those pieces aren't any good because like off-road, they just scrape right off, or I've got to remove them from off-road use. Well, I guess what's nice is the carbon fiber covers will come off with these pieces if you decide to remove them if you're going off-road. So, and I know people do that, and I know people who haven't done it, and then they've regretted it because they've ended up ripping these pieces off their Cybertruck. But, you know, the good news is you can always get another piece or two from Tesla. So I'm going to clean up both sides of these really well. Again, just trying to make sure that the adhesive promotes, this promotes the adhesion of those pieces. Sorry, gotta learn my English today. It's a weekend. I'm supposed to be doing other things, but hey, playing with the Cybertruck and installing parts from fine sponsors like Yeslak, I'll do that any day of the week. So, and again, I do really want to thank Yeslak for sending these pieces for us to try out. They've really got some incredibly nice offerings, you know, not only in carbon fiber. I know I probably make it seem like they just do carbon fiber. They don't. They do a lot of things, and we'd invite you to go check out their website. Again, use our discount code if it's currently operational to help acquire whatever you might want for your Cybertruck. So, all right, I think I've got those pieces good and clean. I did remove the red plastic backing paper from those pieces, the adhesive pieces here. And you can see these are a little bit different pieces. They're kind of, pretty much opaque, kind of a gray opaque adhesive strip, as opposed to the ones on the interior parts tend to be clear. So maybe a little bit better piece there. So I'm going to carefully line that up because, you know, once you stick these things down, they really don't want to move. All right. And that lined up well on the bottom. There we go. So that piece is down. All right. That's good. No flex to that at all. Nothing's popping back up. And the whole piece is good. And again, if you decide to remove that piece by removing the clips on the inner fender well liner and just take that off, great, your carbon fiber piece will come with it, and just leaving the rest of the bumper. So that's nice. It doesn't interfere with anything. So all right, I'm going to pull the adhesive backing pieces off of the second piece and get this piece attached on that side. And then maybe I'll back the truck up out into the sunshine and see if we can't get a picture of those carbon fiber pieces exposed. Okay, a little final video here. You can see the piece attached down there below the bumper on the little wind deflector, and we can see we've got the one over on this side too. So again, they fit really well. They match up. They would come off if those pieces came off along with that. Again, gives it a nice kind of carbon fiber accent, which of course I'm going for a lot of carbon fiber on what's supposed to be a futuristic Halo Cybertruck. So I'll have to figure out some other things that I can do to get some carbon fiber into the mix. And speaking of which, we did have also from Yeslak in our prior article the trim pieces here that are on the tops of the doors. So if you haven't read that article, I would invite you to do so. And then last but not least, again, I would invite you to subscribe to our article, just our article blog. Simply put in your email and you can subscribe to that, as well as you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then anytime I'm posting new videos like this and or articles on the site, you'll get an email, and you'll be given a reminder to come check out whatever the new content is. So again, I'm Tesla Ken for the HaloCybertruck.com website. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. One other little quick follow-up item. You can see the new carbon fiber steering wheel, which I'm going to be posting an article on soon, that's through the windshield. But then you can also nicely see the carbon fiber frame backing piece that we put on also from Yeslak in a separate article available on the website. And sure enough, when you're standing outside the truck looking in, it's like, oh, I see some nice carbon fiber there. So that piece shows up more than I thought it would. And again, another excellent addition from the folks at Yeslak. Again, I'm Tesla Ken for the HaloCybertruck.com website. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back. We've got a new item to take a look at today, sent to us by Yeslak, and for those of us who may have seen some of the articles we've done in the past with them, you might be able to guess what the item's made out of, and you would be right. It is one of their new carbon fiber items. So what is this exactly? It's like, seems like a strange rectangular shape. Ah, I know where this goes. And of course, like many of the other parts, there are some of these peel-off strips on the back. We'll simply take those off to expose the adhesive. But I'm a little curious about the fit ahead of time. So we've got this piece, and also in the box, we have this piece. So interestingly enough, you might notice the little kind of circular tabs on those pieces, and those do fit together. So when this piece is assembled, it will come together like this. Now, where the piece actually ends up assembled is here on the screen. And just as kind of a brief test fitting, I'm just going to put this down behind the screen here, and we can see, wow, that's snug. I don't even know if I'll necessarily need the adhesive, but I'll use it. And this piece will fit down over the screen like so, kind of snaps into place. If we look on the back side, you can see while I have the adjustable screen that allows me to swivel and tilt, etc., this piece is designed for that mounting bracket. So that's nice that their piece is designed for that as well. We'll accommodate that. And then simply the second bottom piece you would take and bring up from the bottom, snap that into place, and then push these little tabs together on the back side like so, and you are done. So I'll take this back off and I'll peel the adhesive strips and put that on in a more permanent fashion. But I want to show you how simple and easy that is to go together. Obviously looks great, particularly if you're swiveling away and somebody's able to look at it from the side, or perhaps you're out in front of the truck looking in, on a sunny day. You're going to see a nice carbon fiber pattern then for the back of your screen. So again, I'd like to thank the folks at Yeslak for sending this item to test out in the Halo Cybertruck. I'm Tesla Ken. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Today we have another box from Yeslak. You may have seen some of the other videos that I've done with some of their items. I've already opened it up so I can easily pull out the first item that's went in here, and sure enough, it is some more carbon fiber. So I wanted to show you these pieces. There will be 4 of them that we will install up here on the truck. But first off, just to show you, this is a matte carbon fiber finish. These parts do come in either matte or gloss. And of course, it does have the infamous, red, plastic coated adhesive strip where you got to get these things peeled off, and I'll get that done, peel it back, and then it shows the adhesive on the back side of it. And once you expose that adhesive, then you want to press the part down. But let me show you where this part goes specifically. We'll come over here to the truck, and I'll show you that. Sure enough, oh, there I am in the reflection wearing the new Meta glasses for trying to film, so I have both hands available to me on any of these that I do. And you'll see that where it's going to go are over these rubber strips, kind of trim strips that are on the top of the door. Now, it's not actually the rubber or anything that touches the glass. That's further inside. But if anybody who's ever had cars with this kind of rubberized strip, sealing strip, you know that the sun bakes this stuff. It gets kind of gray over time. You're always treating it with things that then sometimes are kind of slimy, etc. I figured, well, why not just take care of it with something like a carbon fiber overlay? So this piece, you'll notice, is angle cut to fit on that end, but also is kind of rounded on this end. And then here's something that's kind of interesting. Notice how the piece curves up and is higher here. It's thicker, and then it tapers down a little bit. That's true because that is exactly how that piece is underneath. So just, even though I don't have the adhesive exposed, just to show you what that's like, you would simply lay that piece down and it fits right up evenly. So I'm gonna get the other pieces out, peel the adhesive, and stick these down. But I wanted to show you these carbon fiber trim cover pieces from Yeslak. Again, I think they make some great carbon fiber stuff. We've used them on several other parts of the Halo Cybertruck. So I'm gonna get the other parts out and come back. So the next thing I wanted to show you, I have this piece, still haven't stuck it down on the door yet, but it's a good reminder to kind of check all the pieces first. Notice these next 2 pieces are longer. So if I line them up here, toward, like where I would have the other piece lined up at the front of the door, the front of the rear door, and then came back here. I was like, oh well, they're way too long. They're another ½ inch or so. That's because these pieces go on. One of these pieces go on the front door, and I just have to figure out which one it is in terms of the angle. But what I noticed was when I slide this here, I can either have the angle. See, it doesn't go quite all the way to the end of that rubber trim, but notice that right here is where my cover plate sits down on top of that rubber trim. So normally my mirror would be here, and my mirrors are in a box in storage. I don't really want to get them back out to see necessarily the angle. So what I have to do is look at between these two pieces. These are obviously ones for the front door. Which one of these is a better fit in terms of how that happens with the angle? And I think actually I'm going to probably do it like the other door and back. That seems to be a better fit because, again, this is thicker towards this end and then tapers down some, comes thinner, and then angles like that. So I'm pretty sure that's the angle it's supposed to be at, and then I'll drop that cover plate over the top of it. That makes the most sense in terms of lining up with the window and the angle, and I can see the front of it lines up with where that cover plate. So let me go get that cover plate a second, and I had taken it off because I thought I might need to do so in case the strip came all the way underneath the plate, but it appears that in fact it does not. So I didn't really have to put the cover plate back on yet because I just came over to the driver's side front door. So here I've got it fitting up down here. Again, haven't stuck it down with the adhesive yet, but notice how that comes right in here and then angles in with that same angle for the cover plate. So this is the correct piece for this side in the front. That other piece will be the correct piece. I just need to get that other cover plate back installed because, again, I thought maybe it was going to go underneath it, but in fact it does not. And of course this will be our rear piece here that angles up and ends with the door. So let's open the door a second, because see, that's going to cover, and see, the last thing you want is something like that sticking out from the door, and it doesn't. You've got the rubber fit, and then this is just ever so slightly in from that, so it looks good along there as well too. So what I'm going to do is I actually am going to peel off some of these strips, and I'll go do that on another one on the other side, and then start sticking these down onto the door itself. Okay, since I rarely ever show taking this stuff off, I did use my finger to start this particular piece. I'll go ahead and show that. So once you get it started, it's usually pretty easy to peel these things off. If you need to kind of press down a little bit to make sure that the adhesive is sticking to the carbon fiber piece, you can do that. But then just peel that away, and that's ready to go. That's very sticky, very tacky. Now what I would want to do here is to start down at this end, because see how this is kind of cupped in here? You want that end to fit over and flush with that. So what I'll do is I'll first cup that end there. Okay, that is down, and then I'm going to let that line up like so, and then I'm just going to simply press that down as we go all the way along the edge. Okay, come back, press that, make sure that that's down and tight. It is. Okay, we can open the rear door here. Sure enough, maybe drop the window. Yep. All right, so for the parts where the windows drop, in case anybody was wanting to look along here, so see, that does not interfere with this rubber strip up against the glass. This is just simply covering this top exposed surface of the rubber. And again, they did do a very nice job of making that match the actual curvature of that individual piece. Well, my carbon fiber pieces on the inside are a little dusty. Now I've got carbon fiber and carbon fiber. So I am going to go ahead and do the rest of the doors, and then I'll come back and just shoot a little final thoughts video. Okay, so one of the other things I forgot to show on the other side before attaching one of these strips is that Yeslak does include these adhesion promoters. So you definitely want to be wiping down this rubber strip with this. And, I think this is probably just isopropyl alcohol. It kind of smells like it. But anyway, you want to make sure that you get, just say, look at that. That's dirt, grime, maybe some oils if you had treated yours with, some sort of like 303 protectant or something like that. You want to make sure that you get all that stuff cleaned off if you want the adhesive to stick well to this rubber piece. So a little bit more grime off of there, and we will let that air dry while I pull the red backing off of this, and then we'll get this piece laid down next. And then again, Then I'll be back for some final thoughts. I realize I hadn't talked a bit about the adhesion promoter, and I think that's an important step that you do that if you really want those things to lay down and stay down long term. I mean, obviously this is on the outside of the truck. It's going to be exposed to the element, heat, sun, depending on where you live, maybe some snow or really cold temperatures, and obviously that stuff is going to expand and shrink over time. So you want to make sure that you've got good adhesion. And as you can see, I'm struggling a little bit with getting the backing off of this piece next, so I'm probably just going to pause the video and go get me a little knife edge. Sometimes that helps in getting these things up when fingernails just don't do the trick. All right, I'm going to do just some final thoughts here. I mean, both of these pieces, well, in fact, all 4 pieces went down really well. They line up nice and straight. They fit on the edges really well, fit down over the factory rubber piece as well. I can open and close the doors and windows, no issues at all. Again, add some nice accent carbon fiber trim on the outside to go along with what I had on the inside. So I just want to thank Yeslak for sending us these pieces to try out. I am probably going to go take the truck out, do a couple high-speed runs just for the fun of it, but I don't see any way that this stuff is going to come off. I mean, trying to get my finger underneath and peel stuff back. I mean, this stuff is down good. It's not budging at all. So again, we'd like to thank Yeslak for sending these pieces. We're going to have another video with yet a couple more things that they sent us. I hope you've tuned in to some of our prior articles. If you haven't, please go back in the articles section and take a look at some of the prior items that they've sent us. Some great stuff there. I will include in the article a link to their website, as well as any discount codes that are available at the time. Be sure and use those. But by all means, these pieces so far that they've sent, and various different things I've tried, have all been very good. Have been very pleased with them, both now inside and outside, and would highly recommend that you take a look at, if you're interested in carbon fiber, in getting some of these pieces from Yeslak. So again, I'm Tesla Ken for the HaloCybertruck.com website. Please subscribe to our blog, our articles as we call them, but it is a blog. Please subscribe to that. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you do, you will get updates whenever I'm doing a new video like this, posting a new article, etc. You will be the first to know because you'll get an email about it. And then you can come check out the latest and greatest stuff. And we do have some other articles coming up soon, not only some more carbon fiber pieces, but that whole steering wheel replacement article that we've been teasing for a bit now is dropping soon. So again, please subscribe. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, I'm Tesla Ken.
So this is it, the video for the carbon fiber spoiler, okay? This is for the Highland Model 3 Performance. I don't know if anybody else has a spoiler out yet at all for this car because, it comes with an OEM boring black spoiler. Well, Yeslak came out with a real carbon fiber replacement OEM spoiler, and man, this thing is fantastic. Take a look. So aside from these shots, I got tons of pictures, unboxing, full install. And yeah, this thing is awesome. First took it out of the box, I'm like, wow, it looks good. Got it on the car and like, holy crap, this thing is fantastic. It really just sets off the whole front end. I happen to have some carbon fiber wrap on the hood. Couple angles, looks really good in the sun. This thing looks good like all the time, all right? And it's real, all right? It's none of this fake junk. And this isn't some taped on cap with maybe you got to drill some screws. No, nothing like that. It is a direct OEM replacement, which is good and bad. The bad news is you've got to do an install. You got to take the front of the car off. However, I was really intimidated by that. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna take the whole front end of the car off? That sounds like crazy. It's not crazy at all. And I'll show you, it's like just a couple screws, couple nuts, and just tons of clips popping off, and that's it. It's really no big deal. You get this front end off, you take the grill off, take the spoiler off, put the new one on, pop it all back on. Like, do not be intimidated by this install. I'm telling you, it's not bad at all. No special tools. You could jack the car up, give you a little bit more room under the wheel well, but I'm telling you, it's not bad. And man, is it worth it. Yeslak currently has a Memorial Day sale going on. All kinds of carbon fiber stuff too, not just this new OEM spoiler, but oh, I don't even have them. Camera covers, mirror caps, they've got spoilers for the back, all kinds of stuff. Check it out. Interior parts too, back of the seat, steering wheel. I mean, it just goes on and on. They got some really good stuff. They came on really strong with carbon fiber, and they know I love my carbon fiber. Okay, wow, that's some packaging already, huh? Yeah! Oh, man! Oh, look at that! Oh man, is this cool. Oh, damn. Look at that. Okay, so check it out. Oh man. This thing looks awesome. Wow, this is real carbon fiber, my friends. Okay, so look at this. Oh man, I keep trying to get this thing in the camera. And I want to like show the whole thing, but I want to get a close-up shot also. This looks fantastic. If you can't tell, this is the kind of, I think, the favorite, most popular carbon fiber type. It is, I think they call it a 2x2 weave in gloss. And it is the favorite, most likely, because it just looks the best. Because the carbon fiber pattern here on the 2x2 is so large, and in the way the gloss just accentuates and highlights the 3D effect that, you know, carbon fiber, it's you know, it's got 3 dimensions to it there. It just looks so good. Oh my God. Wow. They really did a great job with this. I mean, I'm not finding any flaws on this at all. Man, I love carbon fiber. Yeah, the pattern is nice and even everywhere, and I really appreciate the way they package this thing up. Super safe, not a flaw, not a crack, nothing. I cannot wait to get this on the car. This is gonna look so good. All right, let's zip these guys off. 10 millimeter. I think with this wheel and tire setup that I've got, I may have a hard time doing this with them still on the car, or even, you know, I could probably turn the wheel too to each side, but then I got on the ramps. Anyway, we need to take this, and this one off and just kind of get it out of the way so we can get in there and remove a, there's a nut or a bolt here. And then there is one up here also. I might also just be able to jack the car up a little bit to get more room under here. Man, you know, you lower a car and you're gonna run into some issues. Tools like this help. Screwdriver you could use also. Alright, so we got to get that guy off. 8 millimeter. Alright, all the way up here. If you can see, a little hard to show this, there's a 10 millimeter nut in there that we've got to get off. You can see I jacked the car up to give me some clearance. Got this tape here obviously so we don't do any damage. Alright, we've got maybe a tornado rolling in. Not 100% sure yet. You know, it's just a warning or a sighting or something. No big deal. No reason to stop working on anything having to do with carbon fiber, right? Okay, so if I haven't said it already, I've got this pan down for a couple reasons. One, if I haven't already put it out yet, I have a disgusting video coming where I hit an animal already dead in the middle of a road on the highway, and luckily it was lower, or I don't know how high exactly, but it basically went under the car, took out the plastic cover, tons of damage to it, all of this area here, and slammed into the front of this battery, basically exploding all over the place. I've spent hours cleaning this already. As you can imagine, it's still not 100% clean. Absolutely disgusting. Anyway, watch for that disgusting horror show of a video. Back to this. This pan is already off. So if you don't take that off though, which you don't need to, you would need to still take these front fasteners off here. I believe they are 10mm bolts. Everything's like 10mm bolts. And then take these T40 off here. I'm probably going to take these. I'm going to take these T40 off anyway, just to show you guys how it goes. That's probably going to be the best move. Yeah, so I might fasten this back up. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there because if you see something that's not like 100% that needs to be done, or I'm telling you to do, that's what's going on with this car. Honestly, this just happened a couple days ago. I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to do this video because there was so much just kind of damage under here, and that it looked like there was a ton of damage anyway under here, and I wasn't really sure. I got really lucky too. I'm going to make a video replacing the OEM plastic pan with a metal one, which I was trying to get before I went on this road trip, but it just wasn't working out. The timing wasn't working out. Let's remove these T40s here, and I might put some of these fasteners back in. I'll see, just to again make it look good for this video. So we've got a nut here is out, up there, the fasteners up here, all the Torx down here, same on that side, and now everything should just be a series of clips, and we should just be able to pull the bumper off. So let's see how that goes. This just kind of popped right off. Okay, push down on that a little bit to free the bottom. You can see we got this thing mostly off. Remember, this is all like flexible plastic. That's out. Okay. Clips. Put this box here. Something nice to set it on. Okay, then we have to unplug this. I think it's called a PWS. This red tab pulls out. Then push down, it pulls right out. What else have we got here? Oh, there's something under there. That might be the PWS actually. Okay, we gotta unplug that guy. Okay. All right, check it out. Just like that. All right, here we go. We've got the front end of the car, and this is what we need to replace. This is the OEM spoiler, and this is the killer new carbon fiber spoiler that it looks like it's going to be a nice direct replacement. Oh man, cannot wait. Okay, so we've got a couple of what look like T40s here, and then otherwise it's just a ton of clips basically tabs and clips that need to come out, and then we can remove this, and then we need to take these, squeeze them out, and put them in here. And then this harness is going to need to be reattached to the new spoiler. So far, it does not look so bad. Let me take, all right, let's hit the T40s first. I'm going to start from this side. These look like you just kind of push a little, these you just push the little, these you just push the little tab in. Kind of a part of something, but that's not. Yeah, we got to take this grill out. I wasn't sure if we did or not. I didn't think we had to, but it looks like we have to. I think we can still keep this harness on here though. Might be easier to do like one side and then the other side. I'm trying to figure this out as I go. Okay, those released, and all right, check it out. Boom, just like that. Hey, wait, I need that. Forgot to take these out. We got to take all these clips out. So all you got to do is get a pair of pliers. Bigger pair of pliers would probably be easier, but just kind of squeeze it, push it through, boom, just like that. Okay. Now. Okay. Now, obviously, I have like basically a plastic floor, so I'm not too worried about stuff getting scratched. Even so, I really don't want to scratch the front nose of this. You know, there's some edges that might go down, and I'm kind of moving it around. I don't know, might have a little bit of gravel I did sweep, but anyway, you know. Okay, so we got an issue here. This is what you get when you get like a pre-production model. You know, because I'm some big famous YouTuber, so everybody sends me stuff first. Actually, that's not true. Yeslak did send me this pretty early. I don't know if they've shipped any others out. If they have, I hope they fixed this, because these fasteners that we took out of the OEM, you know, came out of these little openings here, and they pop in. And, you know, they're supposed to sit there, and we use those to fasten a few different layers of the underside together. However, all of these openings here are huge. They're like way too big for these fasteners to fit. So I'm going to continue with the video, and I am going to have to figure something else out for this particular spoiler, and then assuming they have already either fixed this, I've obviously told them about it. So this step would be to put all of the fasteners back in there. Okay, let's start on this side. pushing this back in there. And it is going in pretty well. All right, yeah. All right, that went in really nice. Okay, let's get this grill back on. And you want to make sure everything is lined up first. If something is not lined up and you start clamping things down, it's just going to get harder to fix. Okay, everything looks pretty good. Now clipping down nicely. Ah, what happened? Got a little bit off there. Okay, still good. Mostly, actually a little bit off. Okay, now look underneath. Oh man. Alright, that looks good. Man, that looks good. Woo-hoo-hoo. So this thing is a little bit of a tight fit, not incredibly, just don't tighten one side down before you get the other screw in. It was just like a little bit off, so I had to loosen this one and kind of shift it over a little bit just to get that screw to go down more straight. It was like really crooked, and you know, don't just straight zip it in with one of these. And these were not tight at all when I took them out, so I don't know what the torque is on this thing, but it's gonna be really low. Anyway, tip. Next, we put these little fasteners back in these corners here and here. And you can see the way that they're shaped. Put it in like this to push the spoiler like forward. And actually, you know it goes that way because to get it out, you had to push this little tab, so you want that tab to be up. All right, we've got these two here need to be pushed in. Okay, that fits nicely. Good, good, good. Okay, all right, so aside from these openings here, which are like, you know, way too big, this thing fits like really nicely. All right, let's get this back on the car. All right, let's see how this goes. Probably be easier if I had someone to help me. Just kind of focusing on this area to line up. Okay. Just kind of making sure things are in the general vicinity where they need to go. Right. I didn't plug anything in. Okay. You got two things to plug in, if you remember. Let's see if I can do that without pulling this back off. Not bad, not bad. Alright, I was able to plug those two things in. You remember. Alright, this lower pan here, this should just come off because in looking how it has to go in, these tabs and the tabs that are on the lower spoiler, they, they like alternate, which is difficult to try to line up when putting this in. I am going to put that on after I get this kind of snapped in. Okay, that gets pushed in. That gets pushed straight in. These holes are all lined up nicely. Okay, push that in. This should just go straight in. Okay, had to push pretty hard, but got it in. All right, everything is lined up down here with these. We have to put these tabs back in. We got to put that screw back in there. This one was a little bit tricky to get in. I mean, I couldn't even get it in the camera. I had to get my fingers like in there. It's not that bad, but worst comes to worst, you jack up the car more. You can pull more of the tabs out of this fender well and drop everything down, and it's really clear, like clear access and everything, but up to you. Before we put this nut back in, we've got to get that lower panel lined up. Like I said, I'm taking it off and then putting it back on. It's going to be easier to move the pan around to get it just where we need it to go, rather than the entire front of the car, front nose of the car. Let's try to line this up. Again, I should have those fasteners in here, but I don't, because whatever, pre-production, blah blah blah. But this is how it goes in. You see how these go behind this and these go behind this, and we got to make sure they are all aligned. Over there. So this side is going in nicely, and over here. So I'm going to thread this one in a little bit just to kind of hold it up. And same with this one, and if you watch my other video, you'll see why this is all completely torn up. Little bit of an accident with a freshly dead animal. A lot of fun. So yeah, I've got a big fender washer on there just to kind of hold it up. Now let me show you what's going on in the corners here. This actually came out. This goes in here, if you recall. And it's a little bit hard to kind of line up under the car because this has to tuck in there, while this goes into that hole there. Okay, and then we get the nut on it. I'm gonna go take care of the other side now. Now we have to make sure, like, this is on the wrong side of the wheel well here. So I think I'm going to have to release a couple more tabs in here to fold this up. Let me see. Yeah, I think I do.
Today's the day we officially level up the look of my Tesla. No more clean, stock look. We're giving it that. I'm not like other Tesla energy. Think Batmobile, but sustainable. First up, the spoiler. I went with the carbon fiber because carbon fiber. It's like the kale of car mods. Light, fancy, and everyone swears it's good for performance. Super lightweight, sleek and stealthy. Comes with 3M tape pre-applied, which is nice because I need mods that are plug and play, not sweat and pray. Now this right here is the front lip, and it's already giving stay out of my way in the carpool lane energy. Glossy finish? Yep. Clean line? For sure. And it's got just the right amount of don't mess with me, but like in a polite EV kind of way. What I love is that it comes with everything. Adhesive promoter, all the hardware, even non-existent instruction sheet that whispers, good luck buddy. It does come in 3 pieces, which means this thing hugs the curves of the car like it was meant to be there. Installing the spoiler is basically applying a giant sticker, but way more permanent. Wipe down the entire install area. You want the surface as clean as a new Tesla delivery, but without the panel gaps. Now flip back the red 3M tape liners on both ends. Don't peel them off just yet. Just fold them out so you have leverage when it's time to git pull and git commit. Tape the spoiler right in the middle to temporarily lock it down. Then use your measuring tape to check that both sides of the spoilers are equally spaced from the trunk edges. Keep adjusting the spoiler and redoing your tape until both sides are equal. Once it's center, don't move, don't breathe, don't blink. Just bask in the symmetry. Start peeling the 3M liner from one end and slowly pressing down as you go. Then go from the other end until they meet in the middle, like Malcolm. 90s babies. I got you. Once it's in place, press down like you're locking in a mortgage rate before it jumps again. Use both hands and go all the way across. Hold each section for a few seconds. No washes, no wild drive, no leaning on it while taking selfies. Let the adhesive cure for 24 to 48 hours. Apply firm pressure for 30 to 60 seconds. Use tape that's easy to peel, like painter's tape or Gorilla Tape, to mark the exact placement before peeling the backing. Now that we got the spoiler squared away, clean, center, and looking like it came from the factory, it's time to show some love to the front end. Because the front lip just doesn't add style. It gives your Tesla a low-key, aggressive look, like it's ready to fight, but silently. The kit comes in 3 pieces, lightweight, glossy, 3M, and screw included. First, clean the front bumper lip area. Lay out all 3 pieces under the front bumper and align them. So right now I'm testing to see if I align this to the fender perfectly and then tape it. Would it match, would it fit correctly? Because if I go over here, and if this thing, oh, yep, it matched perfectly. Use a marker to mark the final position. Start with the center section. Peel back 3M tape liner. Once it's lined up, commit, press it in. I actually screw the center in also to make sure it's not going anywhere. Then do the same for the sides. Work from the center out. Press like your Tesla is doing a Mach 3, and that lip is your only hope of keeping things aerodynamic and fabulous. Screw in the rest. Don't over tighten anything plastic. And boom, clean, sporty, low profile vibes without scraping your driveway. 2 mods, 1 day, and 0 regrets. Look, I know what you're thinking. Cool mods. But do they actually do anything? Or are they just automotive eyeliner? And the answer is yes, maybe. It depends. The front lip allegedly helps reduce front end lift by keeping air from rushing under the car. Think less hovercraft, more hoverboard. That means better grip and stability. Might even help your Tesla more planted. Less floaty, more sporty. The rear spoiler, supposed to break up airflow and reduce rear lift. Some say it improves high speed stability over 70 miles per hour. I say it improves garage reflection aesthetics, which is what really matters. Together, you might feel more confident behind the wheel, or you might just look cooler pulling up to your high school reunion. Either way, you win. It looks good, like this should have been stock, as a subtle edge without screaming aftermarket. It's clean, classy, and gives off serious performance model energy, minus the badge envy. Lightweight, no drag or swag. Real carbon fiber, not a fake wrap or vinyl print. This is the real deal. Honestly, none. Maybe it could be more JDM fancy with crazy angles, but I have a daughter now, so I'll behave. That glossy finished? Look, I don't think I'd be into glossy anything. I'm a matte everything kind of person. Matte screen protector, matte monitor. But this glossy hits just right. Stylish, but not screaming for attention. Technically, this is a front lip, but it does give off splitter vibes, like it wants to go to track day, but still shop at Costco. Came with everything, including an adhesive promoter. It comes in 3 pieces, so yes, you can spot the seams if you're up close and squinting. Not a deal breaker, just a little reminder that it's DIY install, not a one-piece wind tunnel tested OEM setup. Couple quick tips. Don't hit a high pressure car wash right after install. That adhesive needs time to bond like it's rebuilding trust after being ghosted. I let mine cure overnight, then show it off to the fam first thing in the morning. Worth it. Between the spoiler and the front lip, this combo levels up your Tesla whole vibe. You're going from nice car to hold up. Is that a performance model without paying the premium? And the best part? You didn't go to a shop. You didn't hire anyone. You did it. With tape, patience, and a vision. in your garage. If you're thinking about easy non-permanent mods that totally transform your Tesla vibe, these two absolute no-brainers. Thinking about doing a diffuser next, or maybe a side skirts? Let me know in the comment, cause this build is just getting started. Quick note, both of these were sent to me, but there was no obligation to do this video. I'm only sharing because I like the way it turned out, and it's free.
In this video, I'm going to be installing a noise reduction seal kit that goes around the doors of my Model Y. I'm going to show you the kit that I got and how I installed it. So let's get into it. Jump straight into the unboxing. I'll tell you about the door seal kit that I picked out. I got this door seal kit from Yeslak, one of the first sponsors of my channel. I really appreciate working with them. They have some amazing high quality products. Make sure to check them out for your Tesla. So as we open this, you'll see that there's some manual here with the QR code. So this is kind of what we're getting into here. You get some actual door seal kits for lots of different areas around your Model 3 or Model Y. One along the dashboard, one along your kind of bottom of your front doors and the sides of your front doors, then all along the rear doors here. So I'm really excited to get this installed and see if it actually does make a difference. Let's take a look at the quality of some of these door seals. They're coming labeled, it says door bottom here. It's a nice kind of rubber gasket with some kind of 3M or probably a knockoff 3M tape all along the bottom here. It's a really nice kind of rubber foam, pretty squishy. I like the feel of it right there. See what else we get. This one's labeled B pillars, so that's going to go on the doors there. I can kind of see how that's going to install. Perfect. One's labeled rear door. Looks like you get a whole bunch of alcohol wipes too to make sure you're getting a really nice connection when you're installing these. And this one's unique, and I haven't seen this in a whole lot of other kits, but one that's for your dashboard. It's supposed to go between your front glass and your dashboard on the inside to help cut down on some of that wind noise. So we're going to test that out as well. Let's head over to the Tesla and we're going to start installing some of these, and I'll show you where they all go. So the first package we're going to install is this one that's labeled B pillars, and this is going to go right on this little kind of lip right down here on this space between your front and your rear doors on both sides of your Tesla. So you get two of these as we crack them open. But as you pull these out, you can see there's two different designs. You're going to want the one that has this curve on the top to kind of match the curve on your actual door here. So there's a little channel. These ones don't attach with any adhesive. They just kind of fit right on this little lip of your door here. So I'm going to work on getting this installed, and then I'll bring you in for a close-up. So there's the first door installed, or the first kind of B-pillar gasket installed all the way down. It's actually trimmed perfectly. It ends right where that little gasket's supposed to end, and it just adds a nice kind of seal. Let's close the door and see what it looks like. And you can't see it. You know, there's not much of a difference here, and the door closes just fine as well. So overall, so far, so good. So the next bag we're going to get into is this one called door bottom, and you get two really kind of long door seals that look like this with some adhesive on the back. I'm going to go ahead and put them along the bottom of the door down there where my finger is going, but you could also do this on the inside of your car if you'd rather have it along this bottom lip here. I think it'll look cleaner along the whole door, so that's going to be my goal. And then I'll just trim off the excess as I get into it. Now, as I get to the end here, you see I have a lot of excess of the weather stripping. So I'm just going to kind of come to the edge and cut it where at a place where I think kind of makes sense and looks good. So we'll just come in an inch or so from the end here. Just give it a nice trim. There we go. Make sure it's all nice and stuck, and then you have your whole weather strip all along the bottom to help keep out dust, grime. We'll see if it actually makes a difference with wind noise here in a little bit. But off to a good start. Moving to the rear door, you get two more little weather stripping here. It's a little bit skinnier, a little bit smaller than some of the other ones. And there's two places you can put this one. Right along the edge here, where it goes between your driver's side or your actual passenger door, the body, and the door itself, or along the door. And I think I'm going to go along the door here for that kind of cleaner look, just so there's not stuff stuck to the car here. But I'm going to go along this whole side of the door with it all the way to the bottom there. And from where we cut off the bottom strip before, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the bottom of this door here. So we just get some extra noise and dust seal prevention down there. So here's what we added. I have that nice kind of weather stripping all the way around, almost the entire exterior door again. So let's try giving it a close and see how it does. Perfect. It's a nice solid closure. It did seem a little bit quieter inside, and I think that's fine for me. I think it'll actually keep the door areas a little bit cleaner too, now that you have a seal in there. So if you're not one that likes to wipe out your door jambs all the time, it might actually keep those a little bit cleaner. So that's a plus. I think this product right now is $40. I got it from Yeslak, so big thank you to them for sending it over to me. I'd appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming back. Feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good day.
Ciao e bentornati sul canale. Come vi avevo promesso in uno dei video passati, prima o poi sarebbe arrivato qualche accessorio legato all'estetica e quindi non solo a proteggere l'auto in più punti possibili. Yeslak, questa scatola è piuttosto familiare, io ne ho viste arrivare a casa tantissime perché all'interno ci sono i copricerchi in ABS. Ho visto che hanno cambiato metodo per le spugnette antivibrazioni, quindi non più il rotoletto, ma ci sono 8 parti di questa spugna, quindi 2 per ogni copricerchio, ma la cosa che ho notato è che è molto più solida, più dura, diciamo, rispetto a quella che c'era prima. Vediamo come si applicherà. Guantino, che è di una misura per i bambini, perché in Cina hanno delle taglie veramente impossibili, e vi faccio vedere questo copricerchio. Ovviamente manca il fregio centrale e io ce lo andrò a mettere di un colore che mi sono personalizzato, già sapete qual è. Vi faccio vedere l'installazione e come viene dopo la sigla. Allora, come avevo notato, appunto la spugna è molto più rigida, molto più dura, ma in questo modello di copricerchio la sede di dove va applicata questa spugnetta è piuttosto marcata. Questo semplifica sicuramente l'installazione della spugna stessa e secondo me renderà ancora più insonorizzato il copricerchio, perché se questa parte in plastica dura vibra sulla parte del cerchio in lega farebbe rumore, invece in questo modo secondo me è impossibile che faccia alcun tipo di vibrazione. Le installo tutte quante e poi passiamo al logo centrale. Eccoli qui, tutti e 4 i copricerchi pronti per essere installati con il loro loghetto Tesla rosso. Allora, vediamo quanto sono difficoltosi da rimuovere i copricerchi originali, ma non mi pare proprio, anzi, madonna mia, cioè potevo perdermeli. Ah, il cerchio è ovviamente sporco. Vedete il guantino di Yeslak? Lo utilizzo per dare una pulita al cerchio. Prendiamo il copricerchio. Ovviamente non hanno un senso, ma dovete sempre controllare la valvola di gonfiaggio. Eccola qui. Ecco fatto. Raga, la pinza rossa qua è d'obbligo, mannaggia. Guarda come si vede bene il disco dei freni e come si vedrebbe bene la pinza. Vabbè, tempo al tempo. Intanto cambiamo il copricerchio originale che non mi piaceva. Allora, tac, 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 tac. E poi fatto. Bello anche davanti. Disco dei freni enorme, pinza molto generosa, peccato che non frena niente sta macchina. Eccolo qui, copricerchio in ABS che segue perfettamente il profilo del cerchio originale. Pinza rossa, ragazzi, qua è obbligatoria, cioè io purtroppo per adesso non riesco a trovarla, ma appena la troverò, perché su alcuni siti c'è, ma poi in realtà non è disponibile per la versione berlinese di quest'auto. Comunque, cioè, devo dire che cambia parecchio, Sì, è da 19, non è da 20, ma a me va benissimo così, e anche a livello estetico adesso molto meglio del grigio nero del copricerchio originale. Cambia moltissimo l'aspetto della macchina, devo dire, cambia parecchio, ci sta, ci sta. Sono molto contento di questi copricerchi perché senza niente, quindi senza il coprimozzo, senza i copribulloni, non è che mi facesse impazzire. L'ho ritirata in quel modo, ma poi la sera ho montato i copricerchi originali di Tesla. Però devo dire che i copricerchi originali di Tesla purtroppo sulla mia auto non ci stanno bene, un po' perché è tutta nero opaca, un po' perché c'è quel grigio che non è che mi facesse impazzire. Cercavo una soluzione rapida, Yeslak mi ha mandato questi copricerchi. Nel frattempo io mi sono personalizzato il logo centrale e devo dire che il risultato finale è apprezzabile. Non è la soluzione definitiva, ve lo dico subito, sto aspettando altre cose, ma questi qua secondo me hanno un grosso senso per chi ha il cerchio da 19 nero e comunque vuole lasciare la forma del cerchio originale ma proteggendolo, perché ovviamente anche questi copricerchi arrivano fino al bordino superiore di tutta la circonferenza del cerchio in lega, quindi se toccassimo un marciapiede andremo a graffiare un copricerchio in ABS e non invece il cerchio in lega, che mi sembra una cosa abbastanza fondamentale. Risultato finale molto bello, ripeto, a me piace, insomma, poi fatemi sapere cosa ne pensate. E niente, trovate questi copricerchi sul sito yeslak.com, ce ne sono anche altri modelli, quindi chi ha comprato la Model Y Juniper o la sta comprando potete trovare una scelta anche diversa da quelli che ho montato io oggi. Vi ho detto tutto, spero che il contenuto vi sia piaciuto, se è così lasciate un like e se non vi siete ancora iscritti al canale qui c'è il pulsante iscrivetevi, ci vediamo al prossimo video ragazzi, ciao!